No signal. क्या हो गया? Oh, there's some problem. हाँ, but this was working, ना? No, it's not detecting only. Is the connection properly done behind? अब आएगा. वही प्रॉब्लम होता है, लूज हो जाता है. So thank you very much for coming. Anybody coming for the first time today? Somehow always there are some first timers in every session. How did you come to know about the sessions? Okay, very good. Welcome. You have only missed 4 weeks. You are in the 5th week. But we depend on your friends to ramp you up. Who is your friend? आप उनको सब समझा दीजिए, ramp up कर दीजिए. So those who have come earlier, do you know what is the topic for today's discussion? What is the topic for today's discussion? Who answered that? Oh, thank you. One God or many gods. Very relevant topic, especially in the country of India, where there seems to be a supermarket of gods. ये नहीं तो ये सही, वो नहीं तो वो सही. So since Kirtan has already been done, we'll directly go into the subject matter for today's discussion. This session is dedicated to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who is the founder Acharya of ISKCON. Everything we do today, in every way in which we are able to help ourselves and others, is a gift or is a blessing from Srila Prabhupada. So if you have attended the previous session, you must have heard about Srila Prabhupada. How many of you were there in the previous session? Do I need a guide? So you would have heard a lot about Srila Prabhupada. Who is a bona fide guru? What is knowledge? You remember all those things? So I'm very grateful that by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, I'm able to share a few things with you. And I will chant some pranam mantras. Those who know, they can repeat with me slowly, softly, softer than me, slower than me. And those who don't know, just try to hear it attentively. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Yuta Padagamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadhuvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kant Radha Kant Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishbhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नम ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्य पाश्चात्य मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपा तमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरं। हरिः ओं तत्सत्। Hare Krishna. So the topic for today's discussion is one God or many gods. Can you pass me the bottle, please? Because he is drinking, so I also feel like drinking. So how many of you, what is your opinion before today's discussion? What is your opinion? Is there one God or are there many gods? What is your opinion? You have to raise your, if you have an opinion and if you feel like sharing, please raise your hand and speak. Don't yes. There is one God, please tell. Very good. Any other opinion? One day, Ashte? But there are so many names. One God in different forms. Example?
Shiva, Hanuman, Vishnu, different form of energies.
Okay. More will be clarified when we proceed in today's discussion. Any other answer?
One God, many gods which are in the material world, part of material world.
Okay. Thank you. So the agenda for today's discussion is, first of all, why there are so many scriptures and religions. If God is one, there should be one scripture. And if God is one, there should be one religion. But every religion seems to say that we know God better than other religions. And every scripture seems to say that I am correct and other scriptures are not correct. Then we will discuss what is Sanatana Dharma. Then we will discuss whether God is personal or impersonal. Then we'll get to the main subject matter. Who is God? What is the identity of God? What is his WhatsApp number? What is his name? What is his email address? Instagram ID? All that we will discuss today. Then we will discuss the four tattvas, the demigods and the group chanting. So you need to be having a little patience today. The conclusion for today's discussion is very simple. But the discussion in itself is technical. Means a lot of details are there. So you need not remember everything, but you need to have the patience to sit through it. How many of you have patience of sitting? Please raise your hand. Hum baithenge. I will not, please take a vow, I will not sleep in the class. Please say, भगवान के सामने बोलिए. बहुत लोग सोचिए यहाँ पर ही आगे सोते हैं. Please take a vow. Today's class I will not sleep. Today's class I will not talk. Today's class I will not leave in the middle. And if that announcements come, car number such and such, I'll just quickly manage it and come back. Okay, thank you. This is very relieving for me. अब दरवाज़ा लगा देंगे, please close the door. ऐसे भी नहीं, don't do it. Nobody will come back again. So, discussions begin. 11:44. We are starting the discussion. Why so many scriptures and different religions? If there is one God, there should be one religion, one scripture, one manual. It would be so less confusing to have just one religion. So the answer why there are so many scriptures in different religions is as follows. The first point which we need to understand is actually there is only one religion. And actually there is only one scripture. Word of God is the scripture. And the religion means whereby the word religion would mean by following a particular discipline, I am able to become a lover of God. Now whatever it could be called, Hinduism, Islam, Sikhism, Buddhism, Jainism, whichever ism you follow. After following it, if you have not become a lover of God, then you should understand that there is some problem in the process which you are following, or there is some mistake which you are making. There is only one religion. How to love God and how to serve Him. This is religion. How to love God and how to serve Him. This is dharma. Now, this is taught according to different time, place and circumstances. T, P and C. And it is given, displayed or discussed according to different audiences also. It is also given according to the ability to digest. It is also given according to the advancement of the person whom we are speaking to. And it is sometimes also presented in a way so that it is not rejected, to avoid rejection. Suppose in this class, I don't mean to offend anyone, but let's say this is an entry level course called Gita course. Now, there are many other courses which are offered in ISKCON. This is an entry level course, and in the class, let's say I start speaking Mallanam Ashnair Naram Shiti Bhajam Swatam. If I start speaking completely in Sanskrit, let's say Mallanam Ashnair Ninam Shiti Bhujam Shatahi. In this way, I only say Sanskrit shlokas to you. Will you understand anything? If I say bring the Bhagavad Gita and I start studying verse by verse, don't feel bad. 99% of you will not be able to catch up. Everybody wants to study Bhagavad Gita, but very few people have the ability to digest the Bhagavad Gita. Proof of this is 99% Indians, they don't know Bhagavad Gita. They know all the movies of Amitabh Bachchan and Rajesh Khanna. They know what score Virat Kohli made in different matches. They know what Pakistan is saying and what India is responding. They know what Donald Trump is tweeting, but they don't know anything about Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, they know only one thing. Karm karo, phal ki chinta mat karo. ये है गीता का ज्ञान. इसके आगे मत पूछो मेरी जान. Something like that is the understanding. So therefore, the Bhagavad Gita is being presented in a format by which interest will be aroused in you, where you will feel that it is very applicable to me. I am a person struggling in the potholes of Bangalore on the roads. Stuck in the traffic, struggling with EMIs. In this consciousness, which is already a very hopeless consciousness, how can Bhagavad Gita be relevant to me? I am already struggling in my life and I am on the verge of frustration and giving up. In this situation where I am hankering for a drop of happiness, for a drop of eternal connection, how can Bhagavad Gita make sense to me? So based on our thought process, based on our situation, it is being presented. So similarly, there is only one religion. but it is presented according to different time, place and circumstances. For instance, in the Bhagavad Gita, there is no statement like you should not have sex with your mother, sister and daughter. It is not told in Bhagavad Gita. But in the Quran it is told, you should not have sex with your mother, sister and daughter. Why? Does Bhagavad Gita encourage? No. Because the audience of Bhagavad Gita was different. A little more advanced audience. But the audience or the time, place, circumstances in which that scripture was being told was a different time, place, circumstances. So it was specifically told these things. Similarly, if somebody has to explain to someone how food is digested, let's say if you have to explain to that boy, how will you explain how digestion happens? He is your son. Is it possible to explain? No, not possible to hai. Try to kijiye. Try ही नहीं करेंगे. He is my son, he will never understand. आखिर बेटा किसका है? The only way in which we can explain to him is eat the food and go and play. Food is digested. इतना तो समझेगा ना? Okay. हरी बोल ही स्टडी. समझ गए हो? If you have to explain it to, let's say, this boy, how will you explain? Yajat. His t-shirt says Yajat. How will you explain to this boy? You which standard you studied? Studied in 4th standard. You know there is something called as digestive system. Huh? So you will have to tell him about digestive system, how you eat, how it goes, and then how liver is there, all that. Let's say if you have to explain to this person, which standard you are studying? First year, class number 13 he is studying. 4th standard, 13th standard. So to him you have to explain more details. So which answer is correct? The answer which we gave to that boy or this person? Which answer is correct? All are correct. But the number of details are varying. Similarly, you should understand the various religions to be like this. The message is one. The truth is one. But based on time, place and circumstance, in order to avoid rejection and seeing the ability which people can digest, it is being presented in a palatable way. That is why there are various religions, various scriptures. Now you understood? Now, next question is, what is Sanatan Dharma? What is Sanatan Dharma? What do you think? Today's session will be a little myth-busting session. Many doubts will be cleared. What is Sanatan Dharma? Many people say Hinduism is Sanatan Dharma. Just write Jai Shri Ram in your WhatsApp status. From that day you are Sanatani. You don't know anything in Bhagavad Gita. You don't know why we are putting tilak on the head. You don't know any of the Vedic scriptures. You don't know the purpose of life. But Jai Shri Ram, I am Sanatani. This is our status these days. I am not telling to you or me or anything. This is the general status. People think Hindutva is Sanatan Dharma. ये थोड़ा कुछ कर मेरे को I will also feel like playing, so please, no problem. See, this lattu is a very addictive thing, you know. The moment you see a lattu, you feel like एक बार हमको भी try करना चाहिए. So Sanatan Dharma on record, live, on whatever broadcast I am telling, Sanatan Dharma is not just Hinduism. In fact, if Hindus are claiming that we are Sanatanis and nobody else is a Sanatani, we need to have a proper discussion on this. What is Sanatan Dharma? Please listen to these scriptural presentations. I am not speaking what I think or feel or believe. Neither I am discussing what you think, feel or believe. This discussion is beyond I think, I feel, I believe, in my opinion. That is not the basis of this discussion. The basis of this discussion is what the scriptural injunctions are, what the Shastra has to say. And this is our humble presentation. It is the living entity's constitutional position to be an eternal servant of Krishna because he is the marginal energy of Krishna and a manifestation simultaneously one and different from the Lord, like a molecular particle of sunshine or fire. This is the place from where we can derive the definition of Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma means, what is my duty as a soul? In the previous sessions, it has been very much nicely established, discussed and understood that we are not this body, we are not the mind, we are not the intelligence, but we are the soul. And what is the duty of the soul? What is the dharma of the soul? A soul cannot be Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai. A soul is a servant of God. Jivero Sarup Hai Krishnera Nityadas. The eternal constitutional position of a living entity is to be an eternal servant of God. This is Sanatana. That never changes. Now, whether the soul is in the body of a dog, or whether the soul is in the body of a hog, or whether the soul is in the body of a demigod, or whether the soul is in the body of a human, the eternal constitutional position of a soul is to be a loving servant of God. This is Sanatan. It never changes. This is called Sanatana Dharma. If something is changing, it cannot be Sanatana. The word dharma means the intrinsic characteristic. For example, what is the intrinsic characteristic of salt? To be salty. है ना? The intrinsic, थोड़ा smile कीजिए. I feel encouraged when people smile and you सही बोल रहे हैं आप. Give me some acknowledgement sometimes. What is the intrinsic characteristic of sugar? Thank you very much. What is the intrinsic characteristic of chili? Spicy. So what is the intrinsic characteristic of soul? Service, seva. If you carefully see, we are always serving all the time. Somebody is serving their body, somebody is serving their ego, somebody is serving their family, somebody is serving their office, somebody is serving the nation, somebody is serving the planet, and somebody are serving their children, and somebody are serving their cats and dogs. However, at every moment we are always serving someone or the other. This is our intrinsic characteristic. Please understand, whether the soul is in the body of a cat or a dog or an Indian or an Australian or a Russian or a Hindu or a Muslim or a Christian or a dog, anybody, wherever the soul is, it is always trying to serve. But even after serving all the friends, society, family, planet, apartments, potholes, whatever you serve, still you will never be happy, fully happy rather. Some happiness you will get, but full happiness you will not get because we are not serving God. On the contrary, if somebody is taking care of the relationship with God and trying to serve God nicely, then all his relationships will be beautiful, all his other services will be meaningful. It is like watering the root of a plant. If you water the root of the plant, then the whole plant is nourished. So similarly, if you serve God nicely, then everything else will be taken care of. This is Sanatana Dharma. Otherwise, Dharma cannot be called as Hinduism or Christianity. These days, they are offering 9 lakh rupees to become a Christian. If anybody has little financial problem, you can think about it also. For a person like me, they are offering 2.5 CR. And then they'll make a big propaganda. ISKCON monk accepted Christianity. They think I have not read the Bible. I consider Jesus Christ as my guru. Openly, I accept that Jesus Christ is my guru. I don't need to become a Christian. I believe in the teachings of Christ. But I understand that Jesus Christ is my guru but Krishna is my Bhagwan. This is my understanding. So if, let's say, today I am a so-called Hindu, and then tomorrow, due to some financial problem, I become a Christian, then I will say my religion has changed, my dharma has changed. But the definition of dharma is something which never changes. A salt will always remain salty. Sugar will always remain sweet. So soul always has to serve. So therefore Sanatan Dharma means that intrinsic quality which is within all of us, which never changes. Service to God never changes. That is called Sanatan Dharma. Jivera Swarup hai Krishnera Nityadas. The eternal constitutional position of the living entity is to be an eternal servant of God or Krishna. That is Sanatan Dharma. Now every religion teaches you in some way or the other to do the same thing. So therefore every religion is Sanatan. However, this chart shows that different religions have come at different point of times. But based on time, place and circumstances, the messages are different. Islam came 1300 years ago, Christianity 2000, Buddhism 2500. Bhagavad Gita was spoken 5000 years ago. At that time there was no Hindu, no Muslim, no Sikh, no Isai. Everybody was either Vedic or non-Vedic, that's all. Either there was the Vedic culture, those who followed the Vedic culture, they were called Aryans. Those who didn't follow the Vedic culture, they were called Mlechas, Yavanas or non-Aryans. That's all. 5000 years ago, these religions were not there. And Sanatan Dharma is that word of God which comes in the form of Bhagavad Gita, which comes in the form of Bhagavatam, which is little bit presented with more adaptations in the form of Bible, etc. That is Sanatan Dharma. Essence of all religions. And what is the similarities? If we compare all these religions, similarity is that all the religions say, all the various adaptations of Sanatan Dharma, they say that there is one Supreme God. Love, respect and be grateful to God. And not just to God, but to the energies of God such as nature and all the living entities. You can't say, my dear Krishna, I love you very much, but I don't like your cows. If you can kindly, you please come to my house, Krishna. I love you very much. I live on the 18th floor of such and such apartment. Kindly keep your cows in the parking hall and you come alone. What will God tell you? Get lost. So similarly, I am saying this in a funny way, but let me say in a very disturbing way. My dear Krishna, I love you very much, but you have made me and you have made this goat also, but this goat I will kill and eat, but I love you. It's like saying a father has two children. One is intelligent, one is less effective. One is very effective, one is less effective. So the effective child or the more intelligent child is going and telling the father, Father, this brother of mine is very useless, doesn't do anything, lack of intelligence, whole day wasting time. Can I kill him and eat him? How will the father feel? He will feel he is my son. I am maintaining him. If he is less intelligent, what's your problem? You live your life. Who gave you the authority to kill? So human beings sometimes behave like that. Everything is God's creation. But we want to kill things and eat just for the sake of our sense gratification. Every animal has been, or every living entity has been given a quota. That this animal or this living entity will eat these things. That is created by God only. For example, the cow will eat only the grass. Cow gives milk, but it will eat only the grass. You take the milk and give to the cow, will the cow drink? No. Because even the cow knows this milk is not in my quota. The green grass is in my quota. So similarly, Krishna has given humans their quota. In Bhagavad Gita it is told, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati tad aham bhaktya uparitam ashnami prayatatmanaha. Leaf, various kinds of Flowers, various kinds of. Fruits, various kinds of. Leaf, flower, fruits and water. This is the quota given to humans by God. Now God has given different quota to polar bear. He has given different quota to cow. He has given different quota to tiger. He has given different quota to humans. How many of us are human beings here? Please raise our hands. Yeah. So we have to love and respect and be grateful to God. And how can you love God if you don't follow His instructions? I love you, but whatever you say, I will not follow. But I love you. I really like you. It's just that I don't agree with you. I agree to disagree with you. I will never follow what you say. But I really have a lot of respect for you. I don't want to agree with anything which you say, and I will never follow your instructions. But I love you. Does it make sense? Love means you should follow. So love, respect and be grateful to God, and not just to God but to nature and all living entities. A lover of Krishna, a lover of God, one who loves Krishna will love the small ant also. He will love the goat also. He will love the fish also. He will love the chickens also. Love starts from your dining table. You cannot say, I love you, God, but dining table is like a battleground. So this is similarities in all religions. Even in Islam, there is, or rather in any religions, whether it is Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, there is a lot of restraint on killing. I'll not talk about Islam, but I'll talk about Hinduism, because most of you are Hindus, most of us are Hindus. The Hinduism says, first of all, avoid eating meat. $50 ago, 95% of the population of India was vegetarian. 50 years ago. They were all living, no? They were able to climb the stairs, right? They were all able to do work better than us. Somebody told. Who said that? Very good. One extra gulab jamun to her today. Because this is a fact. Some people don't say these things. It's a fact. I have seen my great-grandfather at the age of 98 walking 18 kilometers from railway station to our house and not feeling tired. And he was a vegetarian. Who can be more powerful than Bhima? He never ate non-vegetarian food. Please understand. So in Hinduism, if somebody has to eat something which is other than the permitted items, first of all, they will not be considered civilized. So the procedure in Hinduism is that only on the day of Amavasya, that means once a month only, if somebody wants to eat, they have to go outside the city or the village where they are staying in the dead of the night in a Kali temple, and that too they cannot kill a cow or something. They have to kill a lower animal like a goat or something. And then while killing the goat, they have to chant this mantra that, my dear goat, just for the satisfaction of my tongue, I am killing you, and I give you full right to kill me later on. This is the kind of mantra which you have to chant. And then you only have to kill. These days everything is very smart. Blink it, it will come. But no, you have to kill. And then, actually speaking, 90% of the meat eaters, if they are told to cut the meat yourself and eat, they will stop eating, because they will not be able to see how much pain the animal goes through. All the negative emotions which is there in the body of that animal. all the trauma, all the shock, and all the sin of killing gets transferred to the eater. Meat eating can be, the sin which is involved in meat eating has 6 parts. 6 kinds of people get the sin. The one who kills, the one who helps in cleaning, the one who cooks, the one who purchases. Like that, there are 2 more. We should not think that I have not killed, I am just eating, so I am safe. No, everybody gets a part of it. So therefore, if you will carefully examine in all religions, first of all, meat eating is condemned. And if at all it is allowed also, it is allowed with so many terms and conditions that if somebody has to follow these terms and conditions, they will say, Arey Bapre, who will go outside on that too, and an Amavasya, that too, I only have to kill, that too, I have to chant this mantra, I am an intelligent person, why should I give a right to a goat to kill me in future? Bhul jao usse acha hai. Better to cook jeera rice and dal tadka along with moong dal pakoda and little bit gajar halwa and be happy in life. Correct now? What is missing in that? Have you tasted jeera rice with chana dal tadka? Gajar halwa, moong dal ke pakode. This is called higher taste. Of course, all this has to be eaten after offering to Krishna first, not without offering. So, learn our lessons in this temporary world. All the religions have this similarity. They encourage that everybody should learn the lesson and understand this world is dukkhalayam. It's a temporary place. It is full of miseries. And then the aim is to go back home, back to Godhead. Clear? Those who are coming for the first time, you should be clear that the aim of human life is to go back home, back to Godhead, to the spiritual world. We are spirit souls, we belong to the spiritual world, not the material world. This much clarity you should have. If you don't have, ask your friend. So, these were the similarities. What are the differences in the religions? Some differences which I have pointed out. In the Bible, Lord Jesus Christ is telling, ye men of less faith, I have a lot to tell you, but you cannot understand now, so therefore I cannot tell you everything. This is a statement. In Quran, it is mentioned, thou shalt not have sex with your mother, daughter and sister. But in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna makes a statement, I shall now declare unto you in full this knowledge, both phenomenal and numinous. This being known, nothing further shall remain for you to know. So you see, the message of God is this also. The message of God is this also. The message of God is this also. But it is being presented according to time, place and circumstance and the category of audience. So therefore, by reading these definitions, any unbiased person can come to the conclusion that the Vedic scriptures are meant for the most advanced audience and they contain the highest level of detail and the original message of God in its original form. The same message is there in Quran, but in an adapted way. The same message is there in Bible in an adapted way and various other religions. Is it clear? What is Sanatana Dharma? The process or the discipline by which one becomes a lover of God and tries to serve Him is Sanatana. This never changes. That is Sanatana Dharma. Now, there are 4 levels in which people approach God. Bhay, Asha, Kartavya, Prem. Fear, desires, duty and love. Again, this is based on the kind of people. During the Second World War, there was a kind of people coming up in the world. They were called as communists. They were very active in regions of Russia and Germany, etc., etc. Some flavors of these were Nazis, Fazis, etc., Marxists. So these communist people, they made an agenda during Second World War in Germany Because in Germany, they got into a war. Historically speaking, it was Germany's unnecessary aggression. So they got into a war and they forced all the men, whether it was a brother or a son or a husband or a father, everybody had to go to the battle. And as we know, Germany lost the war. So nobody came back. So these communists, understanding that nobody is going to come back, they made an agenda. That now that the breadwinners of your family are dead, go to God and pray for bread. Oh God, give me my daily bread. They told literally, go inside the church and pray. So they were simple people. Germany at one point of time was a very religious country. Even now, officially, there is no working allowed on Sundays because Sundays are reserved for going to church, but nobody goes to church. That's a different thing. So these communist people, they went and told the Germans, go and pray to God. Oh God, give me my daily bread. So they went and prayed. They were believers of God. They were religious people, good people. But when they came out, these people, they asked, did God give you your bread? They didn't say anything. They said, we will give you the bread now. And they called various trucks. And from the trucks, they started distributing. So they said, why you pray to God? Just pray to us, we will give you. So in that way, it has been historically noted in various books that the Second World War created many atheists in Germany. So in that way you will see people worship God. This is beyond atheism. Those who are still theists, those who are still, in fact I say that those whose brains are not short-circuited, they will remain theists. A theist has some kind of a short circuit in his brain. Although the entire life is a gift from God, but somehow they say there is no God. Anyways, amongst the theists, there are different levels of worship. Some will worship because of bhai. They will be told, in fact some scriptures speak like this, follow or you will burn in hell. Some are based on desires. Oh God, give us our daily bread. Some are worshipping God out of duty. It's my duty, so I'll do it. But God, just take care. It's my duty, I'm doing. You should be grateful to me. मैं कर रहा हूँ आपके लिए. My duty है. But the highest level of service is prema, where we do our service to God without putting any conditions, without having any motivations, and we don't stop doing it for any reason. Unconditional, unmotivated, uninterrupted service is called prema. So the scriptures like Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam and Ramayana, they inspire you and me to come to the level of prema. God is not a pizza machine where you put some prayers and something should come out. It is our constitutional position to serve God. And service to God, actually speaking, until and unless one comes to this platform of unconditional, unmotivated and uninterrupted service, they will never be fully satisfied in heart. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktir adhokshaje ahaitukya apratihata yayatma suprasidati. The Srimad Bhagavatam says that there are various dharmas. There is office dharma, there is family dharma, there is society dharma, there is cat dharma, dog dharma, body dharma, in-laws dharma, EMI dharma. So many dharmas you have. But amongst all dharmas, savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktir adhokshaje. Rendering devotional service to Adhokshaja, Bhagwan Krishna, Sri Hari, is highest. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhakti radhokshaje. And how this bhakti should be done? Ahaituki apratihata, unconditional and uninterrupted. Yayatma suprasidati. Then only the heart will be fully satisfied. You see, in all these other ways of serving God, whether it is fear, desire, or duty, there is some motivation. There is some give and take which is happening. As long as give and take is happening, it is not love. So therefore it is not satisfying also. Only when in a selfless way, unconditionally, unmotivatedly, uninterruptedly, when you serve God. That, my dear Lord, I am here just to serve you. What do you want? I want nothing. Why you are doing it? Just to please you. Until when you will do? As long as I am there, I will do. This is called prema. This is called bhakti. And this is Sanatana Dharma. When Krishna says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyudhanava dharmasya tadatmanam srijanyaham. When he says, whenever and wherever there is decline in religion, in every yuga I come. Which religion is he talking about? Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, or Sikh? He is talking about this prema. Whenever in the name of religious rituals, whenever in the name of economic development, whenever in the name of sense gratification, people forget that the main aim of life is to render unconditional, unmotivated, uninterrupted service to God. Whenever people start feeling economic development is more important than bhakti, whenever people start thinking religious rituals are more important than bhakti, whenever people started thinking that my sense gratification, the satisfaction of my lust, anger and greed is more important than seva, at that time Krishna will come. Because dharma means what? Jivera swarup hai Krishnera nityadas. Dharma means ahaituki apratihata seva. Whenever the human society forgets this, then Krishna comes. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyudhanam dharmasya. So that is the meaning of prema. So there are some scriptures which talk about dharma. There are some scriptures which talk about artha. Some scriptures talk about kama. Some scriptures talk about moksha. But there are some scriptures, which the photos I am showing here, they only talk about prema. And we recommend you study only prema level scriptures. Because even in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Traigunyo Vishya Veda Nistray Gunyo Bhavarjuna. The Vedas are in Sattvagun, Rajogun and Tamagun. And Krishna is recommending, my dear Arjuna, you rise above this Sattvagun, Rajogun and Tamagun. Come to the platform of prema and perform your devotion. Traigunyo Vishya Veda Nistray Gunyo Bhava Arjuna. So when we read these scriptures, our heart will change. Our heart will melt. Especially Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. They are not same, huh? Some people don't know difference between Gita and Bhagavat. क्या है भागवत मालूम नहीं, क्या है गीता मालूम नहीं, कुछ मालूम नहीं. नेटफ्लिक्स में मूवी हाँ वो मालूम. In some place I was having some chit chat with someone. I was asking, name the brothers of Ram. People were saying Kumbhakaran, Yudhishthir. One of them said Chanakya also. Then I understood that the culture of India, the Sanatan Vedic culture, has a great future. Very great future. So this is the essence, this is the cream, this is the conclusion, this is the summary of all Vedic literature is there in Gita. Bhagavad Gita are the instructions of Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam are the pastimes and the life portrayal of various incarnations of Krishna. More than Krishna, in Srimad Bhagavatam, the great, sublime, spotless character of the devotees of God is being discussed. So in Bhagavad Gita, you hear instructions of God. In Srimad Bhagavatam, you see God and his devotees in action. Therefore, the elaboration of Bhagavad Gita is Srimad Bhagavatam. Hinduism is a cultural and social way of life. It is not just a religious term. Actually, in the Vedic literature, there is no word in Sanskrit language, there is no word called Hindu. Please understand. It is a regional set of practices. The region which I have shown here, in this region, the kind of practices which are there is called as Hinduism. Hinduism, the present day Hinduism is the remnants of the Vedic culture. Hinduism is the remnants, that which remains of the Vedic culture is called Hinduism. Hinduism in itself is not Vedic culture, because Hinduism is all hodgepodge these days. Khichdi ban gaya hai sab kuch. These days Hindus, they can do anything and they will say, I am a Hindu, sab chalta hai. I will never go to temple, it's okay in Hinduism. I will eat whatever I want, it's okay in Hinduism. I will do this, it is okay in Hinduism. It seems like the most liberal religion in the world, where you are allowed to murder your spiritual master also, that is called as Hinduism. It has become like that to that degree. They take any liberty in the name of Hinduism. Nobody reads the scriptures. Nobody follows any discipline. There is no obedience, and forget about self-control. But hum Sanatani hai. Jai Shri Ram is my WhatsApp status. So that is the problem. So till now we have discussed that why there are many scriptures and religions. We discussed the broad definition of Sanatana Dharma. We discussed that Hinduism is the remnants of the Vedic culture. Now we will discuss about God. Are you all with me till now? Are you all patient? कुछ डाउट है आपको? नहीं, you are with me. Thank you. Thank you for the acknowledgement. Is God a person or is he impersonal? That is the next question. And the answers will be discussed based on the scriptures of Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma just does not include Hinduism. Sanatana Dharma includes unadulterated versions of various words of God. How many of you have a dog at home? Only one person, huh? You also have a dog. Let's say you are wearing spectacles. Let's say you wear your spectacles, your dog will recognize you. If you remove your spectacles, the dog will recognize you. Let's say you are wearing a green dress, the dog will recognize you. If you wear a red dress, the dog will recognize you. In any form, if you go, the dog will recognize you. God comes in various forms. If we are not able to recognize God in his various forms, we should learn from the dog. The dog is better than us. He recognizes his master in any form. Now, based on these understandings, we will discuss whether God is personal or impersonal. Now, this is something very interesting. Only the most alert and the most careful people and the people who have just arrived in the class, only they don't turn back yaar, thoda pressure aa jata hai usko. Late aaya, aane do. Be comfortable. Huh? Only those who will pay attention will understand. Those who will not pay attention, they will not understand. How many of you want to understand? Please raise your hands. Okay, very good. Vadanti tattva tattva vidas tattvam yajnanam madvayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavan iti shabdayate. Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 2, shloka number 11. Learned transcendentalists who know the absolute truth call this non-dual substance Brahmana, Paramatma or Bhagavan. We are discussing whether God is personal or impersonal. How many of you understood by this what I am trying to say? किसको समझ में आ गया? हाँ प्रभु, सब समझ गया. Therefore, we say Vedic scriptures is meant for an advanced audience. But for the people of Bengaluru, here is the explanation. No, Bengaluru people are also advanced, no doubt. Transcendentalist, who is a learned a person who has understood that I am not a man, I am not a woman, I am not an Indian, I am not an Australian, I am not a German, I am not a Russian or a Ukrainian. I am not a cat or a dog, but I am a soul. Such a person is called learned transcendentalist. And learned transcendentalists, absolute truth, they understand it in three levels: Brahmana, Paramatma, Bhagavan. Brahman means to understand Sarvam Khalva Idam Brahman. That everything, everywhere, God is there. That level of understanding is called Brahman realization. Paramatma realization means to understand not God is not just Sarva Vyapi, He is not just everywhere, but He is controlling everything also. Not even a blade of grass moves. And this God, which I am talking about, He has a form. Paramatma. I am an Atma, but superior to me is Paramatma. And then Bhagavan realization is to understand that this supreme absolute truth whom I am talking about, He has a name, He has a form, He has some qualities, He has some pastimes, He has some likes, dislikes, and also some emotions. This is the difference between Brahmana, Paramatma and Bhagavan realizations. I will give an example which will help us to understand. In South India, there is a very famous set of hills called Saptagiri. Which are these hills I am talking about? Tirumala. Very good. Tirumala, Tirupati, Devasthanam is situated on these 7 hills. Let's say you are driving from Bangalore to Tirupati. How many of you have gone to Tirupati? Balaji? Govinda, Govinda. Thank you very much. So, let's say you are driving towards Tirupati. Then you start seeing the 7 hills after some time. How does it look? It looks like a bluish green body, more like a bluish green bedsheet from far. Correct, no? With some clouds. That's all you can see. But let's say if you drive 200 kilometers more, how will it look? You will see some trees, you will see some valleys, you will see some crest, you will see some formations. You will be able to see the steps which you have to climb to go to Tirumala. Correct? Let's say you go more further inside. Then you will see these are not just steps, these are not just valleys, these are not just trees, but there are people inside it. They speak a particular language. They are all devotees of the Lord. There is this very beautiful Laddu Prasadam. And then the Supreme Personality of Godhead in His form as Balaji is standing. So there are 3 ways in which you realized the Saptagiri hills. Number 1, green, bluish blanket, very high. Second, steps, trees, valleys, birds, mountains. Third, Laddu, Balaji, TTD, Bhagavan. Which realization is correct? Which realization is incorrect? Yes, first timers. Which one is correct? See, I'm just trying to show off that even to first timers I am able to explain Brahman Paramatma. I'm just joking. So she has come for the first time, but she is able to understand that all three realizations are correct. There is nothing wrong in it. But which realization is the most mature and the most perfect realization? Laddu. Laddu Bhagwan realization. Correct, no? So similarly, Brahman realization is also correct, Paramatma realization is also correct, Bhagwan realization is also correct. But Bhagwan realization, where you realize that the supreme absolute truth is a person, he has a name, he has a form, he has qualities, he has pastimes, he has feelings. That is the highest realization of God. And the lesser realizations of God are at the level of Paramatma, and the lesser realization of God is at the level of Brahman. So Brahman is like seeing the 7 hills from far. Paramatma is like seeing the steps, trees, valleys. And Bhagwan realization is like standing in front of Tirupati Balaji, coming out and getting the laddu. Laddu is very important. For many years I was not able to go to Tirupati Balaji. I was praying, but I was some seva, something. So one devotee from ISKCON Tirupati and came and told me, see, you are not able to go because you are not eating the laddu. Take this laddu. Eat and pray. And some miracle happened. I took that prasadam and I prayed, my dear Lord, this laddu is your mercy. Give me your mercy. And then within 1 week something happened and I was there. So therefore, prasad is very important. Eating, honoring of prasadam with faith. Maha prasade govinde Naam Brahmani Vaishnave Swalpa Punya Britam Rajan Vishwasanaya Vajayate. Those who do not have Punya Pratap, those who do not have pious credits, their brain will never be able to understand the importance of prasadam and the great spiritual strength which it carries. Prasadam contains the saliva of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Just like if somebody is suffering from tuberculosis or corona, if you eat the food which contains their saliva, you will also suffer. Similarly, if you eat food which contains the Mahaprasad of Lord, the Lord is the most ecstatic person. So you will also be in ecstasy. The Lord is the supreme lover. So you will also experience love. The Lord is the most happiest person. So you will also become happy by eating that laddu. God is personal or impersonal. Reference from other scriptures. The Genesis, that is the Bible, talks about the eyes of the Lord. Exodus says that it was inscribed with the finger of God. Ezekiel 1.26 says that God made man in his own image. There is mention of the ears of the Lord. In Quran, the face of Allah is being discussed. The eyes of Allah is being discussed. So if I ask you whether God is personal or impersonal, the answer should be He is both personal as well as impersonal. Impersonal for those who have realized Him in the form of Brahma Jyoti, and personal for those who have realized Him in the form of Bhagwan. Both realizations are correct, however the Bhagwan realization is more mature realization. The Lord is often called as Nirakar and Nirguna. Nirakar does not mean that He has no form. Bhagwan is like some smoke. He's like some light. No. Nirakar means you or your understanding of Akar means something material. You cannot understand any Akar which is not material. God's Akar is not material. It is spiritual. So therefore Nirakar. Nirakar means no material Akar. Nirguna means what? There is Sattvagun, Rajogun, Tamogun. Mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. All of us are in some guna. When we address the Lord as Nirguna or Gunatita, it means He is above the mode of goodness, passion and ignorance. He is in the Shuddha Sattva. He is transcendental. Does this make sense? Does it clear some doubts? Yes or no? If I hear a louder yes, I'll be able to continue. Yes or no? Yes. Thank you very much. I'm a little good at keeping people awake. So God is personal or impersonal? Both. Originally He is personal, but He also exists in His energies exist in the impersonal manifestation. In this way you have to understand. God is a person, but His energies act in an impersonal way. For example, there is a king, and there is the rule of the king. The rule of the king is there everywhere in the kingdom. But does it mean that the king is there everywhere? Both yes as well as no. Yes, through his power of ruling. No, because his physical presence is there only in the palace. So similarly, God exists in a personal way as well as an impersonal way. Impersonal way through manifesting his energies, the laws of nature, the laws of karma, etc. But personally, he is also existing. Now, who is this God? Who is Bhagwan? God is one, but he has many names. People give names according to the qualities they see in God. Now, how many qualities does God have? How many qualities does God have? Sorry? Infinite. How many qualities can you observe? Few. So whatever you observe, based on that you give a name. The word Bhagwan means the possessor of all opulence. Paramatma means the super soul. Allah means all powerful. Jehovah means all merciful. Rama means reservoir of all pleasure. And the word Krishna means all attractive. The Vedic scriptures say that there are infinite names of God. But amongst all the names of God, the principal name is Krishna. Why? Because in this word Krishna, all the other names can be accommodated. If somebody possesses all opulences, that means he must be attractive. If somebody is the master of all the souls, that means all souls will be attracted. If somebody is all powerful, that means he is attractive. If somebody is all merciful, that means I will be serving that person because I am attracted to his great qualities and kind nature. So if there is a name which is the principal name, that is Krishna. This is the conclusion of the Vedic scriptures. Krishna. Rama means simply by looking at whom you get all happiness in life. That is Ram. That means he must be attractive. Krishna. So one God, but many names. Jesus proclaimed himself as Son of God. Muhammad proclaimed himself as Messenger of God or Prophet of God. Mahavir, Jain and Buddha were great liberated souls and teachers who spread the message of God. Moses said that I am a messenger of God. But Krishna, all the acharyas say that he is God. The Vedas confirm that he is God. And he also says that I am God. So there is no doubt who is God. Now I am presenting some verses from the Bhagavad Gita for your kind consideration. This is my favorite verse. Please repeat with me. Ishvaraha Paramaha Krishnaha Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govindaha Sarva Karana Karanam. This verse was written by Lord Brahma in the beginning of the creation. Listen to what Lord Brahma is writing. The secondary creator of this universe is writing this verse. I repeat, Brahma is the secondary creator of this universe. That means there must be a primary creator, which I will discuss later. Lord Brahma is writing, Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is the supreme Godhead. Ishvaraha Paramaha Krishna. Ishvara means controller. Parama means supreme. He is telling there are many controllers. Lord Brahma is also one of the controllers. But amongst all the controllers, the biggest controller is Krishna. Ishvaraha Paramaha Krishna. Satchidananda Vigraha. It is not that he has no form. He has a Vigraha. He has a form. What kind of form he has? Satchid Ananda form. The body of Krishna is eternal, full of knowledge and full of bliss. Satchid Ananda Vigraha. That means it is a spiritual body. Anadir Adir Govinda. He is the origin of all and he has no other origin. Point to be noted. God is the origin of everybody. God has no other origin. If God also has an origin, that means he is not God. Anadir Adir Govinda. Sarva Karana Karanam. The cause of all causes is this person whose name is Govinda. So this is who is saying this? Brahma, or the chief amongst all the demigods, is making this statement. Would you like to take a chair? Those who are having some leg pain or back pain, please feel free to take a chair. The chief amongst the demigods is making this statement. Now let's see what Krishna himself is saying. When Lord Brahma was saying this statement, he was not on drugs. When Lord Krishna is telling this statement in the 10th chapter, he was not on drugs. These are truth statements. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattah sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam Buddha bhav samanvitah. Krishna is telling, I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Point to be noted, we are living in a material world and there are many such material worlds. And then beyond this material world are the spiritual planets known as Vaikuntha. In the material world there is birth, disease, old age and death. But in the spiritual planets there is no birth, no disease, no old age, no death. Just like God has a spiritual body, all the servants and the devotees of God also have a spiritual body. And Krishna is telling, Aham sarvasya prabhavo. I am the source of all material and spiritual worlds. Everything emanates from me. Now, iti matva bhajante ma. The wise who know this perfectly engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. Buddha bhava samanvita. From this, you can understand who is a Buddha, who is an intelligent person. Let's say if the next class we make an announcement that in the next Sunday Gita discussion session, Virat Kohli is going to come. Some of you are getting calls, right? Class is there. Are you coming or not? Do you get calls? Some of you get calls. Suppose if we announce Virat Kohli, ISKCON Kanamangala, Sunday, 11:30 a.m. What will happen? Any calls are needed? Any messages are needed? Probably we'll have to break this wall and we'll have to put some tent house and some shed and all. Still it will be less. All the potholes in Bangalore roads will disappear that day. And everybody will be here at 10:30 only. Why you have come to learn Gita? To learn Gita I have come. Now just analyze who is Virat Kohli. He's just a man who plays good cricket. but he is very attractive. Why? Because he is a fraction of the 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 fraction of energy of God. Imagine if God comes himself, what will happen? Here is a part and parcel of God who is doing something material, and he has become so attractive. By whose mercy? By God's mercy. Imagine how attractive God is. And that is why Krishna has made this statement. Iti matva bhajante maam buddha bhava samannita. One who truly understands who is God, they will worship whom? Him, me, with all their hearts. So those who worship Krishna with all their hearts and engage in devotional service, bhakti, only they are intelligent. Because others, they did not realize who God is. They thought Virat Kohli is better. Please understand my point. I am not trying to offend Virat Kohli. I like Virat Kohli. But I like Krishna more. Because who made Virat Kohli Virat Kohli? It is Krishna. If a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a fraction, a million times fraction of an energy of Krishna, by the mercy of Krishna, can be so attractive, imagine how attractive Krishna will be. And we are announcing every week that we are chanting the names of Krishna. We are discussing about Krishna. Aa jao, aa jao, aa jao. Dekhte hain. So definitely we are all in the category of Buddha. Highly intelligent people. Correct, no? Bhagwan means this definition. Aishwaryasya samagrasya viryasya yashashah shriyah jnana vairagya yoshchaiva sannam bhaga itinganaha. A person who is most rich, most strong, most famous, most beautiful, most knowledged, and most renounced. Anybody who shows these 6 qualities in the highest quantity, in the highest perfection, so that nobody can equal it or surpass it, that person can be called as God. The most rich, the most strong, the most famous, the most beautiful, the most knowledged, and the most renounced. He or this kind of person will be called as Bhagwan. So if a crazy fellow from Karnataka starts saying that I am God and makes his own country and his own currency and says that I am delaying the sunrise and sunset, although I cannot control my bowel movement, should we consider him as God? I am just talking about one of my friends. Whom did you think? So therefore, if anybody says that I am God, we should slap them. That you are not God, you are a dog. God is the most beautiful. You look ugly. How much money do you have? God is Lakshmipati. Even, who's the richest person in these days? Elon Musk. Even Elon Musk cannot say that I have all the money in the world. But God can say I am Lakshmipati. Correct, no? So which name comes to your mind when you see this definition? Most rich, most famous, most strong, most beautiful, most knowledge, and one who does not need all these 5 things also, most renounced. Which name comes to your mind? So that is God. Who is God? Here is the definition. Now, what about others? In India there are so many names. So I am now going to present the 4 tattvas to you. The 4, what do you call tattva? 4 elements. They are called as Vishnu tattva, Jiva tattva, Shambhu tattva, Shakti tattva. Vishnu tattva, incarnations. Jiva tattva, spirit souls. Shambhu tattva is Lord Shiva. And Shakti tattva is the energies of the Lord known as Durga, etc. Read this very carefully, and if you disagree, you can ask some questions. If you agree, please give me a smile. Thank you. At least few of you are smiling. If you disagree, please raise your hand. Don't feel pressurized. Just because I have made a presentation, it doesn't mean that it has to be right. You can clarify. What are we? Are we Vishnu Tattva? We are? What are we? Sorry? Sure? Confident? Okay. So we are all Jiva Tattvas. We are part and parcels of Krishna. Now I am going to show you something which will shake you. Which will force you to think very deeply. It will confuse you. It will not agitate you, but it will confuse you. It will challenge everything which you know till date. Are you ready for it? Do you think? Yes.
What is the difference between incarnations and transformations?
Incarnations means the Supreme Lord comes himself in various forms. Transformations mean it's like the difference between milk and curd. Curd is derived from milk, but it is a transformation of milk. Nobody can say that curd is not milk. It is milk. But when you mix little bit of some culture or some impurity, then it becomes curd. Correct? From milk you can get curd, but from curd you cannot get milk. That is called transformation. I will explain more in detail. But as of now, you just sit with these facts, that there are 4 tattvas in Vedic culture or in religion or in any philosophy of the world. There are 4 tattvas. Vishnu Tattva, Jiva Tattva, Shambhu Tattva, Shakti Tattva. Now, I was going to say that I am going to say something which will shake you, which will challenge you, which will not agitate you, but it, I will come to it. Just hang on, everything will be clarified. Let me make that statement in a very momentous way. my dialogue delivery is failing once you interrupt. Okay. Now I am going to say something which is going to... इस बार कोई कुछ पूछे? Please be ready to hear the truth, which will not agitate you, but which will force you to think very deeply. I'm trying to show you one chart, which is a result of many years of the study of the scriptures, which is confirmed by my spiritual masters, which is confirmed by various people, and also confirmed by the Bhagavad Gita. When I showed the previous chart, I said Krishna's incarnations, Krishna's part and parcels, Krishna's transformations, Krishna's energies. Someone may ask, but Krishna himself is an avatar of Vishnu. You should say Vishnu's incarnations, Vishnu's part. Why you are using the word Krishna? So here is the answer. Is Krishna an incarnation of Vishnu? I am not going to present something which was shown by Ramanand Sagar. I am going to present what the Bhagavad Gita and the Bhagavatam says. with all due respect to the great work which Ramanand Sagarji has done. According to the Vedic scriptures, when Krishna makes these statements, Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo, when he says, Mattah Parataram na Anyath, there is no truth superior to me, what does he mean? He should have told that Vishnu is superior to me. Or I am an incarnation of Vishnu. But he doesn't speak like that. Actually, the Vedic scriptures say that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. If you have ever read the Bhagavad Gita, if you have ever read the Vishnu Puran, or if you have ever read any of the Vedic scriptures, they are very clear. Even Lord Brahma says, Ishwaraha Paramaha Krishna. So actuality is this. Krishna, his primary expansion is Balram. From Balram comes the first Chaturvyuha, which I have written as VSPA, which means Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Aniruddha and Pradyumna. These are 4 incarnations of Balram, who is an incarnation of Krishna. From the first Chaturvyuha, these Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna and Aniruddha, they are maintaining all the spiritual planets. Point to be noted that 80% of the entire creation is Vaikuntha, or the spiritual world. 20% is the material world in which we are there. So majority of the souls are there in the spiritual world. It's like if there is a city, there is a jail also in that city. So a small population of the people of the city or the town or the village are there in the jail. Majority are not there in the jail. Those who are not qualified to stay in the society, they are put in the jail. So similarly, those who are not qualified to stay in the spiritual world, they are sent to the jail, which is called as material world. So now you understand, all of us are very great personalities. We have done some great activities. That's why we are here. So Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna and Aniruddha, they take care of all the spiritual planets. They are called as Chaturvyuha. From the Chaturvyuha, a plenary incarnation of Krishna comes, who is known as Narayana. From Narayana comes second Chaturvyuha, which is also known as Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna and Aniruddha. And from here starts the creation of the material world. Here is Mahavishnu. Now I'm going to say something which is beyond human intelligence. Mahavishnu is lying in the causal ocean, and when he breathes from the pores of his body in seed form, various universes come out, and when he breathes in, all those universes again assume a seed form and go within his body. And this one breath of Mahavishnu, according to human calculations, is 311 trillion 40 billion years. Now you please understand and realize how significant your life is. So Mahavishnu gives rise to unlimited material universes. In order to make each universe functional, he enters each universe in the form of Garbhodakshai Vishnu. In the Garbha of each universe, he goes and he creates the Garbhodak Sagar and he lies upon it. That is called Garbhodakshai Vishnu. From the navel of Garbhodakshai Vishnu rises a lotus flower on which Brahma is created. Point to be noted, Garbhodakshai Vishnu creates Lord Brahma without the help of Mother Lakshmi. And then Garbhodakshai Vishnu does the primary creation of earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence and false ego. But the secondary creation of the 84 lakh species and the various planetary systems, that is delegated to Lord Brahma, the first created being of this universe. But Lord Brahma, when he tries to do this secondary creation, he is unable to do it. So in order to help Lord Brahma, Garbhodakshai Vishnu expands further into a form known as Paramatma or Kshirodakshai Vishnu. That form of Vishnu which lies on the Kshira Sagar or the milk ocean. And that form of Vishnu enters each and every atom and each and every aspect of this universe, and then Brahma is able to do something. So generally in the TV serials, when we see the demigods are going to pray on the shore of the milk ocean, Shir Sagar ke tat par, the demigods can only access this Shirodakshay Vishnu, whom I have written as Paramatma in this diagram. The demigods have no access to Garbhodakshay, they have no access to Mahavishnu, and all the other incarnations, they have no access. This is the version of the Vedic scriptures. Now, please, point to be noted, I am not trying to say that Krishna is more powerful than Vishnu or Vishnu is less powerful than Krishna. No, I am not saying all that. I am saying that they are the same person. When I was very new to Krishna consciousness, I asked my mentor this question: what is the difference between Krishna and Vishnu? He answered in one line, which I still remember. He said, God at office is Vishnu and God at home is Krishna. I understood, at my level I understood, and I was happy. In office you are very formal. You cannot, without using the word please, you can't speak only. Please come in. How do you write your emails? Please, kindly. Without that, if you write, maybe I don't know what will happen, especially if you are in TCS. Oh, sorry. So when God is very formal, he assumes the role of Vishnu. Point to be noted, there is no difference between Krishna and Vishnu, only the mood is different. That's all. When God becomes very formal, he is Narayan. But when God is enjoying and when God is experiencing the most intimate exchanges, he is Krishna. Clear or not? Only 2 people said yes. If you want more explanation, I can give you. Krishna is the original form of God. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I am not saying this because I am from ISKCON. This is the truth. I will give you a pastime which will help you understand 2 pastimes. This is very disturbing. This has to be somehow managed. I'll give you 2 pastimes by which you will understand who is Krishna and who is Vishnu. One pastime is from Vrindavan and one pastime is from Dwarka. Which one would you like to hear first? I didn't hear. Okay, Vrindavan pastime. Although this is a very confidential pastime, it should not be spoken in an introductory course. But having faith that all of you are sincere, serious students and you will chant Hare Krishna, I am speaking this. This is during the Rasa dance, when Krishna is dancing with 3 billion gopis. How many? 3 billion gopis. All these gopis are more beautiful than the goddess of fortune. They are more beautiful than Mother Lakshmi also. They are more devoted than anybody else in the whole creation to Krishna. Krishna, physically at that time, he is just 11 years old. The most beautiful girls of the, not just one universe, but everything put together, are there with him. They are all surrendered to him, they are all obedient to him, and they want to serve him in the best possible capacity. And Krishna is the most attractive person and he is surrounded by 3 billion gopis. But we never hear any case where any gopi became pregnant or any gopi had to do abortion. We never hear such things. That is Krishna. Jitendriya. His senses are under his control. If somebody locks a young boy with 10 young girls, not 3 billion, 10, and all those young girls, they are ready to serve him and satisfy him, what will happen? Tell me. Sexual intercourse will happen. Let's be open. And Krishna is being surrounded by 3 billion, the most beautiful, more beautiful than Lakshmi, more dedicated, devoted people to him. But he is Jitendriya. That is God. And that is Ras Leela. Ras Leela does not mean simply singing and dancing like some boyfriends and girlfriends. No. Ras Leela is something which Lord Shiva wants to see. Ras Leela is something which Mother Lakshmi wants to enter, but she is unable to enter. Ras Leela is something which Lord Brahma is waiting from millions of years to observe. Do you think these are some perverted people that they would like to see all? That means Ras Leela is the epitome of bhakti. Point to be noted, Lord Shiva was not allowed to enter the Ras Leela due to some reasons. Mother Lakshmi, the wife of Lord Vishnu, she could not enter Ras Leela because she was not as qualified as the gopis. These are some things which you should take note. Narad Muni, who has access to different parts of the universe, wherever he wants, without any pothole, without any traffic jam, he can go. But even he could not enter Ras Leela. During that Ras Leela, the gopis, when they are serving Krishna, when they are dancing with Krishna, they had a moment of pride. They felt, we are so fortunate. Even the goddess of fortune does not have this great fortune that Krishna puts his hand on their shoulders. Krishna has put his hand on my shoulder and is dancing. Even the goddess of fortune does not get this favor. I am so fortunate. In that way, the gopis started thinking. Krishna detected pride in the heart of the gopis. So he disappeared. Then all the gopis, they became mad. Where is Krishna? He's our life and soul. We became proud. He didn't like it. So he disappeared. So then they sang a very beautiful song, which is the epitome of all prayers. All the great sannyasis and brahmacharis, they meditate on the prayers of the gopis. Point to be noted. That means it is the highest prayers. At that point of time, Krishna, appreciating the prayers of these gopis, he appears in the form of Narayan, 400 form. And immediately the gopis, they see, they immediately offer obeisances. You know what they say? After seeing Narayan, they ask, where is Krishna? He's the same person, no? Coming as Narayan. So Acharyas confirm at that time, had the form of Narayan been the most attractive form, the gopis wouldn't have looked for Krishna. If they are asking for, after seeing, point to be noted, Narayan is infinitely attractive. It is not that he is less attractive, he is infinitely attractive. Krishna is infinitely attractive. Now what is infinite, we don't know. It is not that one who worships Narayan, he is less satisfied, and one who worships Krishna is more satisfied. No. Narayan is infinitely attractive, but after seeing Narayan, the gopis were not satisfied. They said, where is Krishna? So Narayan said, Krishna went in that direction. Krishna is having fun with them. So the Acharyas claim that Krishna, who is Narayan, excels Narayan in 4 different ways. Rupa Madhurya, Rasa Madhurya, Leela Madhurya, Venu Madhurya. That means, in terms of beauty, the 3-fold bended form of Krishna is more beautiful than Narayan. Rupa Madhurya. Leela Madhurya. The pastimes which Lord Krishna is doing, it is more intimate than the pastimes of Lord Vishnu, which is the same person, but difference in mood is there. Rupa Madhurya, Leela Madhurya, Rasa Madhurya, the intimate exchanges as friend, the intimate exchanges as son, the intimate exchanges as master, the intimate exchanges as lover. These pastimes are not seen in Vaikuntha also. In Vaikuntha, mostly it is awe and reverence. You are my master, I am your servant. That's all. But different rasas, they are available in higher planets. Rupa Madhurya, Leela Madhurya, Rasa Madhurya and Venu Madhurya. Nobody can play the flute like Krishna. So from this you should understand, Ete cha amshah kalaha pumsah Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is Bhagavan, and all the other incarnations which you see, they are plenary expansions. Complete whole expansions of Krishna are called Kala. Ete cha amsah kalaha pumsah Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Various Kalas are there, but Krishna is the Swayam Bhagavan feature. Next, Dwarka pastime. Even Mahavishnu is attracted by Krishna. There is a Brahmana, this is mentioned in the 10th canto of Brahmana, 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Those who read the Krishna book, it is there, you can purchase today. It is a summary of the 10th canto. I think in the 86th chapter, the super excellent powers of Lord Krishna, there it is described that there is a Brahmana in Dwarka. As soon as his wife becomes pregnant and gives birth to a child, the child dies. Now in Kali Yuga, this is common. Children dying, miscarriages happening, parents taking a decision to do abortion. This is all sinful Kali Yuga, so it is common. But this does not used to happen in the previous Yugas. If the son is dying before the father, that means some sinful activity is happening in the kingdom, and they used to hold the king responsible for it. In present day Kali Yuga, if somebody's house catches fire and burns, we cannot hold anybody responsible. So earlier the kings used to be so pious that simply because of their piety, the kingdom used to be maintained. Dharmo rakshati rakshitah. The kings used to follow dharma. They used to be great devotees, and everything used to be naturally taken care of. It is said that during the rule of Maharaj Yudhishthir, there used to be no excessive heat, there used to be no excessive cold. The mountains used to give sufficient minerals. The rivers used to carry natural pearls and jewels and other things. People did not have mental anxieties. Nobody used to die before time. Nobody used to fall sick. This is the effect of a Raj Rishi. If we have one Raj Rishi now, the whole world will change. But the problem is we don't have Raj Rishis. We don't have proper Brahmanas to train the administrators as proper Kshatriyas. And the businessmen, they just want to fill their pockets, the Vaishyas. And the Shudras are just engaged in sense gratification, doing service and taking salaries. That's all. So therefore, the world is in deep chaos. So Brahmana, as soon as his son was dying, are you all with me? Sure? He used to go and scold Maharaj Agrasen, that in your presence my son is dying. Shame on him. Like this, 9 sons of his died. During the 9th time when the son died, somehow Arjuna happened to be in Dwarka. This is history, not a story. This is history. It is documented. Arjuna was there in Dwarka when this Brahmana came and he was scolding everybody. Useless, you people, useless kings, like that. So Arjuna was like, this Brahmana's children are dying. Why don't you people do anything? Do something. What is wrong with you people? So Arjuna took a vow. Arjuna was a little extra smart. So he took a vow. My dear Brahmana, I, the descendant of Bharata and this and that. I take a vow that I will protect your 10th son. So therefore he stayed in Dwarka for the next few months. And when the time of delivery came, the Brahmana came and informed him that Arjuna, 9 sons are dead. 10th one is coming. Do whatever you want. Arjuna said, don't worry. Arjuna used his Divyastras and he made a subtle covering over the whole house of the Brahmana. And he enchanted it with mantras that any demigod also cannot enter there. That was the power of Arjuna. And he was sure that nothing can happen to the baby. Till now, in the earlier 9 deliveries, the baby used to take birth and then die. And the dead body used to remain. In the 10th delivery, you know what happened? The covering which Arjuna made by the power of mantras, that covering was there. Arjuna was there. This time, after the 10th delivery, the body of the baby also disappeared. Imagine how ashamed Arjuna must be feeling. Earlier dead body at least hota tha, is but body hi gayab ho gaya. So Arjuna, by the power of his mystic potency, he immediately went to Yamlok and asked Yamaraj, where is the child? Yamaraj said, I don't know. He went to different Indra, Varuna, Chandra, everywhere he went. Arjuna is not an ordinary person. And he inquired in all the 14 planetary systems. But the child was not to be found. Arjuna had taken a vow that if I will not be able to save the child, I will enter into fire. So then Arjuna said, time to die. When he was entering in the fire, at that time Krishna interfered. Thoda ruk ja. Before taking this vow, did you check with me? So Krishna knew why all these things were happening. So Krishna told, not because the sons of this Brahmana are dying, not because you took this vow, but simply because you are my friend, I will reclaim all the sons. So then he sits with Arjuna in his chariot and goes. There is proper description of the layers of the universe. There is proper description of the inter-universal space from where he comes out and then ultimately reaches the abode of Mahavishnu. And there Mahavishnu tells, my dear Krishna, it was me who was kidnapping all the sons of the Brahmana because I wanted to get your darshan. Point to be noted, even if Mahavishnu wants to get darshan of Krishna, he cannot get darshan of Krishna until Krishna wants to get the darshan, give the darshan to Mahavishnu. So therefore Mahavishnu was again and again killing the sons of the Brahmana so that Krishna will take some step. But Krishna was like, jo karna hai karo, abhi mere paas time nahi hai. Kurukshetra hai, wo sab hai, other things are there. But when Arjuna got involved, then Krishna thought, enough is enough. There is no difference between Mahavishnu and Krishna. But Mahavishnu, having a different mood, he is attracted to Krishna. This is a history. This is there in Bhagavatam. This is shown in Krishna serial also, Ramanand Sagar. You go and check out. Mahavishnu wants to take darshan of Krishna, so he is kidnapping the 10 sons of the Brahmana, and then Krishna and Arjun go and they bring back the 10 sons of the Brahmana. Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter number 86. Read. So like that, there are many other incidents which proves that Krishna is the source of all Vishnus. However, when Krishna comes in the material world, he comes through the agency of Lord Vishnu. Get further confused. For example, if a CEO has to come to a particular branch, whom will he contact? The manager. So the people below will feel the manager has brought. By the mercy of manager, the CEO is coming. The CEO is cognizant of our problems through the mercy of the manager. So the CEO comes through the agency of the manager. So therefore, in common language, people say, Vishnu has come. Nothing is wrong. Same person, Krishna and Vishnu. Same person. But if you go into the factual content or the factual complete reality, this is the answer. That Krishna handles the entire material universes and the spiritual universes through his plenary expansions, Kala, which are known as Vishnu Tattvas. Did you understand? Yes or no? If you understood, please say yes. How many of you did not understand? Please raise your hand. Okay. It takes some time, but this is the truth. Now let's come to Shambhu Tattva. Shambhu Tattva is a uniquely powerful position between Jiva Tattva and Vishnu Tattva. Vishnu Tattva is in the Bhagwan category. Jiva Tattva is the soul, like we. Somebody who is between Bhagwan and Jivatma. Higher than Jivatma, but lower than Bhagwan. That is called as Shambhu Tattva. So this is Bhagwan, this is Jiva, in between is Ishvara. So therefore all Shiva temples are called as Ishvara. Shiva is also called as Ishvara. Ishvara means controller. Shiva is generally addressed as Ishvara. Now who is this Ishvara? He is the greatest Vaishnava. Vaishnavanam yatha Shambhu. Amongst all the devotees of Lord Hari, Lord Shiva is the greatest. He is the leader of all the demigods also. That's why he is called Mahadev. He is the controller of the destructive forces in the material world. See the last point. Lord Shiva has immense powers in the material world, but he cannot promote anybody to the spiritual world. Brahma Samhita, Lord Brahma says this. Just as milk is transformed into curd by the action of acids, but yet the effect curd is neither same nor different from its cause, that is milk. So I adore Lord Govinda, of whom the state of Shambhu is a transformation for the performance of the work of destruction. This is the statement of Lord Brahma. He compares Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna to milk and Lord Shiva to curd. Curd comes from milk. It is not different from milk, but at the same time it is not milk. These are not my statements, these are Lord Brahma's statements. Vaishnavanam yatha Shambhu. Just like amongst all the rivers, Ganga is the greatest. So similarly, amongst all the Vaishnavas, Lord Shiva is the supreme. So therefore, whenever I go to any Lord Shiva temple, I offer my obeisances to Lord Shiva and I pray to him. You have so much devotion. You have so much bhakti. You are the greatest Vaishnava. Please bless me so that I can progress in Krishna Bhakti. This is the only desire I have, and I pray to Lord Shiva like this. Very few people go to Lord Shiva for bhakti. Most of them go for material reasons only. So that is why Lord Shiva is called Acyuta. Lord Shiva does not like to spend time with materialistic people. Isliye whenever people like Ravan, Hiranyakashipu, Kamkaran and others, some people like us, materialistic people, when they go, he's like, don't waste my time, whatever you want, take and go. Bhagwan. Acyuta. क्या चाहिए कार ले लो, क्या चाहिए वाइफ ले लो, क्या चाहिए बच्चा ले लो, क्या चाहिए हेल्थ ले लो, क्या चाहिए प्रमोशन ले लो, क्या चाहिए बैंगलोर में पॉट होल्स का भरना थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा लेकिन दे देंगे, नो प्रॉब्लम. So Lord Shiva is Acyuta. He does not like to waste his time. But if you go and pray to him, my dear Lord, you are completely sold out to Lord Krishna. So much so that when he was performing the Ras Leela, you took the form of a woman and wanted to enter the Ras Leela. You were ready to give up your form as Lord Shiva and become a gopi just to enter. You are sold out to see Krishna. Therefore you got the name Gopeshwar Mahadev, a great temple in Vrindavan. You are the Kshetrapal of all the abodes of Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna has again and again told that you are very dear to him. Kindly recommend my name to Krishna. Kindly bless me with small fraction of the bhakti which you have. This is how we should pray. If you pray like this, I'll tell you, Lord Shiva will be very pleased with you. But if you go for all those, then he'll be Acyuta. Leke bhag jao. That is Shambhu Tattva, the greatest devotee, Shambhu. Then comes Shakti Tattva. These are expansions of the Lord, the most spiritually advanced servants of the Lord. More spiritually advanced than Shambhu also. Just like Lord Krishna is the source of all Vishnu Tattvas, similarly Srimati Radharani is the source of all Lakshmis or all Shakti Tattvas. They are personification of Prema. Prema personified is Srimati Radharani. There is something called as Radha Kripa Kataksh Stotram, which is created, chanted by Lord Shiva. Even Lord Shiva is praying for the mercy of Srimati Radharani. Because when Lord Shiva sees Srimati Radharani, he sees that she has so much love and absolute dedication. Her every thought is dedicated to serve Krishna. So Lord Shiva feels, I also want to become like that. So give me your mercy. That is Shakti Tattva. They are the most spiritually advanced servants of the Lord. Please understand. So that is Vishnu Tattva, Jiva Tattva, Shambhu Tattva, Shakti Tattva. We are not disrespecting anybody. We are not disregarding anybody. I am not presenting what I feel. We really don't care what you feel. We are presenting the Shastra here. If you have any objection, talk to Krishna. Or go to Lord Shiva and talk to him. I don't have anything. Next thing is demigods, devatas. This is the last aspect of our discussion. One god or many gods. Last aspect. Who are these devatas? Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Ganesha, Hanuman, Durga, Kali. Who are these people? They are pious Jiva Tattvas like you and me. But because of their dharmic nature, because of their devotion, they have been given some administrative roles in the universe. So therefore they have superhuman bodies and superhuman abilities. They are empowered to manage the material universes. Point to be noted, these devatas are not there in the spiritual planets. They are there only in the material world. They are like the departmental heads in the universal administration where Krishna is the CEO. In short, they are senior devotees of Krishna. A chart which explains everything. Parameter, Krishna, comparison with demigods. Krishna is one, demigods are 33 crore in numbers. I'll tell you why 33 crore. I was doing the Govardhan Parikrama in Vrindavan by the great mercy of my superiors and my friends. I came across a spot in the Govardhan Parikrama called as Manasi Ganga. Next to Manasi Ganga, please don't make sound. Next to Manasi Ganga, there is a spot which is the Bhajan Kutir of Sanatan Goswami, one of the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. Sanatan Goswami used to reside there and write scriptures and do his chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. But there were many mosquitoes there. But Lord Shiva used to like the association of Sanatan Goswami. So he used to take the form of a Brahmana of Vrindavan, and he used to come and sit with Sanatan Goswami daily, discuss Srimad Bhagavatam with him, hear him, chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra with him, and then go away. But there were many mosquitoes there. It was impossible to stay. So one day Sanatan Goswami decided enough is enough. I will change. I will change my place where I do my sadhana. But Lord Shiva used to reside there. There is a very famous temple of Lord Shiva. I'm just forgetting the name. What is the name? Next to Sanatan Goswami's Bhajan Kutir. One very famous Lord Shiva temple is there. Chakleshwar Mahadev. Chakreshwar Mahadev. So Lord Shiva went and told Sanatana Goswami, my dear Sanatana Goswami, you please don't go from here. So Sanatana Goswami said, what to do? I have been given some seva by the Lord, I am unable to do because of these mosquitoes. Lord Shiva said, don't worry, from today mosquitoes will not bite you. After that, Lord Shiva called the Devata or the demigod in charge of mosquitoes. Now you understand why there are 33 crore demigods. He called, Mahadev called the Devata who is in charge of mosquitoes, Solpa Banni. And then he told, Jo karna hai karo, but idhar ek bhi machhar nahi hona chahiye. Literally he ordered that not even a single mosquito should bite Sanatana Goswami for the rest of eternity. And the demigod said, Jo. You will see, Manasi Ganga is a lake. Lake mein mosquitoes are always there. Any lake, mosquitoes are there. Next to the lake is the Bhajan Kutir of Sanatana Goswami and Chakreshwar Mahadev temple. In these two places, I literally verified not even a single mosquito is there. But just outside this Chakreshwar, nobody is putting all out or kachwa or no, nothing. Naturally, some houses around it, Chakreshwar Mahadev temple and Sanatana Goswami's Bhajan Kutir, not even a single, I verified. घूम घूम के मैं देखा कहीं ऑल आउट है क्या, किसी ने कुछ कछुआ छाप अगरबत्ती जलाया है क्या, nothing I found. There is no mosquito. But as soon as you come out of that place, as soon as you resume the parikrama, mosquitoes are there. So that is why there are 33 crore demigods to manage the universe. Management of universe is not an ordinary thing. Krishna's body is eternal, but the demigods, they go through the cycle of birth, disease, old age and death. Krishna just enjoys. The demigods do administration. They are managers. How many of you are managers? I hope you understand what I am saying. Krishna always stays in the spiritual world. But the demigods, they stay in heavenly planets, which is subject to destruction. Krishna is eternally the supreme, but these demigods, this is a post. Indra is not a name, it is a post. The present person occupying the position of Indra, his name is Purandhar. After 71 cycles of Satyug, Treta, Dwapar and Kali, a new person will occupy the position of Indra. That is Devatas. People worship Krishna out of love. But people approach the Devatas with material desires. The results of worshipping Krishna is eternal. The results of worshipping demigods is temporary. When the demigod will change, just like when Sarkar changes, whatever sanctions they have given, that also stops. So similarly, when next Indra will come, the benedictions given by previous Indra will stop. Understood? Krishna gives us what we need. Demigods give us what we want. Do you see the difference? What you want is poison. So Krishna will never give you. You pray, you break your head. He is like a loving father. He only gives what is good for you. But demigods are like shopkeepers. Even a small child goes to a shop and says, give me one cigarette. Paisa do, cigarette lo, no problem. So demigods, rules and regulations, vratas, procedures you follow, whatever you want they will give. They are not worried about your spiritual life. But Krishna, you break your head, he will not give you. If it is not good for you, he will not give you. You die. You die and take birth again, no problem, but he will not give you. That is different between Krishna and demigods. So whom you should worship, Devatas or Krishna? Now, this is just for your fun. The electricity and health department is handled by Surya. The construction and housing department is handled by Lord Brahma. The navy or the ocean demigod is handled by Varuna. The water department is handled by Indra. Energy and power is handled by Agni. Wind and air is handled by Vayudev. Home ministry, that is prison security, etc., is handled by Mother Durga. Defense by Kartikeya. Education by Saraswati. Human and resource. Once I went to an engineering college, I replaced this as placement department, where you will be placed after death. Your placement handled by Yamaraj. Grievances, Vignaharta, Ganesha. Finance by Kubera. Health manager, Chandra. It is a fact that if you worship these people, but point to be noted, whatever empowerment they have and whatever they can give you, they are getting it from Krishna and giving it to you. The power of Vignaharta given to Ganesha is the mercy of Krishna. Krishna is a great devotee of Narsingadev, who is an incarnation of Krishna. So by worshipping Narsingadev, he gets the power to destroy material obstacles from your life. Natural question. If you have direct connection with Krishna, why do you need to worship Kuvera? If you know, let's say, the president of the country, why do you need to massage the lotus feet of the MLA? With that, we end today's discussion, and I'm asking you one question. Who is God? Are there one God or many gods? Who are these demigods, devatas? Sorry? Universal administrators or senior devotees. There are 4 tattvas: Vishnu tattva, Jiva tattva, Shambhu tattva, Shakti tattva. Is Krishna an incarnation of Vishnu or Vishnu an expansion of Krishna? Krishna is the source of all Vishnu tattvas. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. I just presented 60 slides, and you are the most patient audience.